we got to talk about this, right? So, New Era Detroit and New Era Chicago get together, and I believe y'all was in Chicago at the time, getting people to sign up to vote and picking up trash. When
Hood
the
to
when the
hood.
police start following y'all, and then all of a sudden start slamming and arresting people.
April
April
1st.
1st.
Yeah, that's
Hood to
on
hood.
63rd
April
in
Fool's.
Ashley.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
was.
seen that on Facebook. Yeah,
When I
yeah,
tell you that the evil in the eyes, though, like they had been following us around, they had mocked us, oh, we'll help you pick up trash. And one of the things before we ever start out, whether, other chapters are there or not, Brother Eric will stand up and say, listen, we do not engage with them people. We don't have, we don't answer any questions. If they come up to you saying anything, these are the people you direct. So there are protocols. And so nobody engaged them, but you could tell they were trying to get us to engage. And at the very end, we're lined up and we're doing our chant, Black love, Black power, Black unity, race first. These things will piss off a racist. And the way they lined up in front of us, it started with get back up on the sidewalk. Now, mind you, we're in a space where we're not obstructing traffic. We've been doing this. And we're like, okay, we where we're standing, but that wasn't, let's move back off the sidewalk. That's city property. That's this, that's that. And it comes to a point where it's like, now, you're using intimidation tactics, you're being threatening, and the slightest movement um, was all that they needed. And it wasn't even a movement towards them. I think the brother who's from Detroit was actually walking away. And this officer, you know how they do, oh, they're resisting, or oh, it's something. And all hell broke loose. They were pushing women. They didn't give a damn that all of our babies were out there with us. They didn't give a damn that some of the people were community members and not even members of the organization. It was just they had a point to prove. And one of the things that I do appreciate with a lot of the video that was captured, there was this one particular car where it was a sister and her guy in the car, and she was like, look at that, look at what they doing to them. They're not even doing nothing. They was just standing there. They was just cleaning up. So I think the community definitely saw what it, but CPD is CPD.
We have not to cut
man,
you
that
off, but
shit
we have
sickening,
to
man. I
start.
seen that, man. I that shit turned my stomach, man. That shit illegal
There-
like a motherfucker.
let me
We have.
let me just
Go
add
ahead,
this
sister. Go
one
ahead.
part. Let me just add this one part. From the beginning, there was a police sergeant. We call them white shirts. I'm gonna call him the little motherfucker. The little motherfucker asked us if he could help us, and we told him no, we don't need your help. The community was looking like this before we came out here. You saw it. We straight. And it wasn't, in a disrespectful tone, but that's what we basically was saying. Like, no, we don't need your help. We okay. We don't need no security. We all right. We out with our people. But he was out there, and he's on video picking up trash along with us. He's out there the whole time, walking through these 4 and 5, 6 blocks, walking along with us, picking up trash.
Trying to get a
But
photo
when we came back to 63rd and Ashland, the angry ass KKK dude, he wasn't for none. He was like, shut the fuck up. And we like, hold on. And we have from Detroit 15 young brothers. Now, y'all know white folks can't tell how old our youth are. But the little brothers from Detroit wasn't no little small brothers in physical, but they were nice size. Not all of them, but they were nice sizes and whatnot. And when we looked around while we were standing on the curb at that bus stop, it was a freshly made vacant lot. When we turned around, they had all of us surrounded from the back, the side, the front, all over. They didn't block traffic. That's why everybody got to record the way that they did. But all it took was for one police officer to push that crowd, just one person. And all hell went up from there. On one end, I don't know. I'm going to just tell y'all, go to the YouTube video, April 1st, New Era, Chicago. Y'all get to see for yourselves. It was so many different positions of things that were happening to us that day. We had the people that was at the bus stop, but the things that was happening down there under that train station, where y'all saw these white motherfuckers breaking our flags, and we called facial expressions, all of that. You saw the hatred. And our children were out there. Our children were afraid. And it was very, very, and I hate to say this word, it was fucking traumatic.
Yeah,
ever have a disdain for the police the way that I do now.
Oh, okay.
From that day. And we all needed, when I say therapy, that was a part of, why I'm so welcoming to it, because something happened to us that day. What
sticks out the most for me were the black officers, because the brother was he was somewhat plain clothes. He had on a long sleeve shirt and a shirt on top of it. He was the first person I saw that stomped on the flag in an effort to break the stick. And it was just like, like, that was it. Like,
what was his name?
I don't know what his name was, but he's on the video. I just remember his face because he had punched Sister, I won't say her name, but he had punched her in her chest and pushed her back. And she was trying to get one of the babies. And she was like, wait, I'm trying to get the baby. And he fist pushed her back in her chest. And as she went back, her flag fell. And he, with as much force as he could, stomped on the stick to break it. And then stomped on the flag. And I just looked like, you nigga.
The one who kicked it off last name was Jettle, though.
Jettle?
Yeah, Jettle.
How you spell that?
Jedtl, is it, Eric?
Shit, sis, I don't know.
And he was the one, he had a pendant on his thing that somebody recognized that was like, that is representative of the Klan. He had like a pendant on his
and said, we let y'all do this shit for 2 years, y'all and y'all fucking flags.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let me say this though. I've watched that. I've only watched that video one time. Like, I watched that shit one time when it happened them years ago, and I ain't seen it since. But I'm telling you, if y'all mad about the video, the actual video, the fucking body cam footage will send you to 1 million. You know what I'm saying? Remember when we was going through the case or whatever, and they sent the lawyers the body cam footage. They was even more disrespectful. But you know what? The way I look at that shit, we lost. That's the way I look at that shit. We lost. We wasn't ready.
It's the
brother.
That's
brother.
all.
Nah, to keep it
what I'm saying, no.
Listen,
let
me finish.
All right.
Let me clarify what I mean.
All right.
As a people, as a community, we simply were not ready to deal with that threat. You know what I'm saying? And we just need to keep moving in the direction so that if it ever happens the next time, that we can deal with it. I don't even deal with that shit from a point of, and I'm not saying that anybody else is. I don't even deal with that shit from a point of emotion. I look at it like it was a fight. They got us. They locked us up. You know what I'm saying? We were
locked y'all up.
Yeah. It's one of the elders got locked up. Few of the brothers,
6 brothers.
They had to travel back and forth. Some of them it was some of our Chicago brothers that they got, and a few brothers had to travel back and forth from Detroit to deal with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Elder Queens two of our Elder Queens got him.
The point I'm basically trying to make is like, I think back on that shit and I automatically think it's just like, it's a little bit frustrating and disheartening because, man, we had been in that community before that happened. We had been in that community for years.
Several times.
Serving the people, feeding the people, clothing the people or whatever. And I'm just like, man, here we are in the middle of Inglewood. And it was easily 60, 70 officers out there attacking black people. And I'm like, it's a shame that these motherfuckers can dispatch more soldiers to a particular location in our community than we can.
Mind you, they have a police station.
That's just the way I look at. But I'm saying no matter that they got the police station or not, they in the middle of fucking Inglewood. Yeah. We should all be, our mind should be to the point that could have never have happened. And I'm not mad about it. I ain't complaining.
That's what I want to get to. It just means
we got more work to do. That's all.
But that's the work, and that's what I want to get to. Because you just said something that I never thought about. You said if you would have seen the body cam footage, the fact that we don't have soldiers that could